The bans take effect in paper on Friday. Alright, so Planeswalker Gates, 4-color Gates, whatever you want to call it. This is kind of a weird take. It's got Gates Ablaze as a Gates payoff, and it's got Guild Summit as a Gates payoff, but we're notably not playing copies of Gatebreaker Ram or Gate Colossus. I added some Rams to the sideboard because I think having some Rams to be able to race in matchups where you're the beatdown seems ideal. Dove in hand to control. And we actually have 61 cards here. I might trim this. This card just like it's a pseudo removal spell where like the static text on it isn't super relevant. I'm just gonna go ahead and add Hydroid Krasis here. The submitter had 61 cards and I didn't cut one. So the Root Snares are interesting. They can protect our Planeswalkers, but we also don't have like, I guess the way we're winning is like Jace Wielder of Mysteries, I guess. So let's give this a try and see how it goes. Yeah, I'm excited to see how this goes. Just one of my pre-programmed response. I'm just kind of out of it this morning. I've been missing some sub notifications. I don't know. It's hard for me to get. I'm kind of. I'm just in a medium spot after the missing the MCQ and the MC invite on tiebreakers, and then having a shitty weekend trying to ladder. It kind of has me in a bad mood for as far as Magic is concerned. I don't know. I almost took today off, but then I didn't want to. Maybe I just should. I don't really have a specific reaction to it. I don't know what people want me to say. They finally did it. I don't have like an over the top excited reaction to deal with it.
I'm known for my excellent type. I've got it.
I don't know. I feel bad. The MCQ laddering thing has caused me to lose a lot of fun playing Arena. Yeah, I agree. And I'm just not going to worry about the ladder anymore, and I'm just going to write off and not... It's just like, it feels bad too because like the content was really successful over this past weekend with it, so I feel like I want to try to like be able to get back to that again because it was good content, but like trying to get back to it just feels like it sucks. I don't know. The weekend left me in a really bad mood surrounding Magic and Magic related things. I am actually looking forward to Historic in the fall because it'll be more casual. Yeah, Circuitous Route's a good pickup. Our opponent's deck's kind of slow and mopey. It's one of the upsides of playing in these events. A lot of the time, the deck quality's a little lower. Gives our interesting decks a little bit better shot. It's like my opponent's playing like Zombie Tribal here. I don't know. It just feels really entitled to complain about my job because my job is playing games. So I like generally try not to do that. Well, they're still not really doing anything, right? Thanks for the 35 months, Smith. That's fair. Do I want to complain about my job or complain about what happened while I was working? That's a fair assessment. I've never thought about it that way. I think giving up competitive play is actually the very right strong step for me. Because playing competitive Magic is not particularly rewarding. And I find it incredibly frustrating a lot of the time because there's just so much variance in this game. Like, so like the 1-2 punch for people that don't understand, I miss getting an MCQ invite on tiebreakers, and then my entire month's worth of laddering was shot to shit by like one bad run over the weekend. Like I frequently said, I feel like if you're playing Magic and you're unhappy while doing it, Magic should be a game you should play for fun, so you should reassess why you're playing.
I train every day. No, keep an open mind. Thoughtfulness before action. I would like to ask about any minor anomalies you have. I know I noted this somewhere.
So, I think I just play this again. We're looking for
I have practiced against
a Time Raveler, so that way we can bounce that. Thanks for the 8 months, Prince Day. I appreciate it. Welcome. Yeah, someone asked what I was playing on the ladder with. I spent like 7 hours playing Yarok Field this past weekend. You can watch like 3.5 of those hours on YouTube. And the other half of those 7 hours were even less successful than what ended up on YouTube.
just the trick for this. No tail should be discarded.
I'm known for my excellent timing. No, I am not making this up as I go.
We'll make this look easy. Let's try this.
Being worried about Tron after today's ban and restricted update announcement is a very valid concern. Tron is definitely the deck to beat moving forward. With Tamiyo, Jace, and Hydroid Krasis, I believe we can win next turn. So we have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 mana. So this draws 7. So this is 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, sweet. So we do win the game.
To the library.
Whee! Then we play this. The Jeskai Tempo list has a decent Tron matchup, especially post-board. Yeah. Yeah, I think the Jeskai... especially now that the Jeskai list is going to be able to cut Surgical Extraction from the sideboard. That'll be a really big deal. I'm gonna cut these Root Snares, and I'm gonna bring in some big blockers and a Clarion. I don't know. My opponent's just playing like mono black cards they own. Sometimes players with new starter decks end up in these constructed events. No, I don't really have an over-the-top reaction to the unbans. Like, great. They finally did what they should have done a while ago. We'll play with it when we can play with it. Yeah, I had a lot more. So the last season was three long, and I got lucky and snuck into the top 1,000 the first month. So like the last 2 months, I wasn't worried about the ladder rank at all, and we just like dicked around. That's definitely more enjoyable. So I'm taking tomorrow off because I have a dentist appointment anyways. That'll be good. I mean, the chance of Stoneforge Mystic doing something when it comes back increased by a significant margin because of the fact that they banned Faithless Looting as well. Hey, thanks for the 13 months, Izzy. Welcome back. I appreciate it. Yeah, giving us a new tool to help fight Field of the Dead seems good. Rotation hopes bring me back. Thanks for the 6 months, Sven. I'm looking forward to Historic at rotation, too. Even with minimal support, Historic should be reasonable. Yeah, dental insurance being extra on top of everything else, one of the many messed up things about the United States. That's dental and health insurance is one of the big reasons why my wife keeps her traditional job. What? We just got Trogard, chat. I ain't even mad. I'm kind of impressed. Kind of impressed. Can we use Frosted on Arena? No, so Magic Arena is a highly sophisticated piece of technology that's very cutting edge. And by that I mean it's gonna take them 3 weeks, not 3 weeks, 9 days to update things. In just 9 short days, you will be able to play with Frosted on an Arena. Because that's how long it takes to unban a card, apparently. They gotta mail in the code. In all fairness, maybe they have a good reason. Nope, there is not a good reason. It's almost like the people who schedule the ban list announcements and the people who are in charge of Arena should be working together hand in hand to make sure that these things happen in reasonable time frames. It's almost like they're all Wizards of the Coast, and the only excuse for it to take that long is incompetence at some level. Someone somewhere messed up for there to be a 9-day delay. It is 2019. VT Disc Golfer, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. And that, for people who are new to the channel, people have wondered why we've mentioned Wizard of the Coast and I don't have a good working relationship. It's because I say crap like that. Because crap like that is the truth. They can't handle the truth, chat. I would even give them just having a patch on Wednesday or Thursday, but not having a patch until a week after is absurd. Also, the fact that it isn't just the fact that there needs to be a client or an update in general to unban a card is kind of silly. It should not require some big ordeal to add that into the game. And like, maybe there needs to be an update so you can open those cards in packs again. So I would understand that. But like, just making it legal in events should be like, I flipped the switch and updated this database entry. Frostodon's now legal. Yeah, the ban list logic should not be handled on the client side. That's my point. That's almost certainly how it is. And the fact that it's handled that way in Magic Online too is not ideal. Can anybody out there give me a good reason why deck and format validation can be handled on the client side? Because maybe there's a good big reason, but I can't think of one. Wouldn't that allow third-party cheats? I'd assume... The reason to always do anything client-side is reduce your server processing requirements. I guess that's fair. Is it really that much server processing power to validate text lists? Someone joins the queue, validate the deck list? Maybe these things are incredibly processor intensive in Unity. Roxer Boxer, thanks for the 7 months. And Jawbreaker watch live and not a YouTube. Well, welcome to a live one. Poning Grenades, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Ooh, that's pretty good. So we'll do this, and we'll Fog again this turn, and then we'll Gates Ablaze. I think this is fun for my opponent. A YouTuber paid the fruit guy to say some dirty things and now I'm scarred for life. Well, don't you link that here, because we need the purity of the fruit guy here. And again, my other comment is that even if there is a valid reason to have the needing a client-side update to update the banned list, the fact that there's not a client update the same week as the banned list update means their departments are not working well together. And that's something that should probably be addressed. Hey, thanks for the 28 months, OmniZ. We are replacing the Stoneforge Mystic with the twin emote at some point. And by some point, I mean right now. I just got it in my email. 30 seconds, updating my emote slot.
It's a matter of give and take.
Hold on, pause. Alright, it can take like 5 to 10 minutes for that to appear, but there's gonna be a Splinter Twin emote here shortly.
There are so many mysteries to uncover. Meditate and prepare.
One last Stoneforge Mystic for old time's sake. I'm looking forward to someday telling my children about a time when Stoneforge Mystic was banned in Modern and none of us could figure out why. Looking forward to it. I can't hold all of these cards, chat. There's too many of them. Maybe that was too many lands. Maybe I kept too many lands. I updated the children's emotes too. They're adorable. I assume, Jin, that they're unbanning it in preparation for it being unbanned in Historic. Because this new format is basically just going to be Historic, right? Look at that. There we go. The twin emote is now live.
Always an answer.
Let us see if your talents are worth cataloging. The storied past holds our future.
Just gonna go ahead and pass here.
Trust me, I have a plan.
And then we can win with Jace's alt text next turn. Definitely the Dongler. Hey, the Berry. Thank you for the 2 months of Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Whoa, you have the Stoneforge Mystic and the twin emote simultaneously? That's busted. The Stoneforge emote's gonna go away very soon. Can you tell me why it's a bad idea to run Reliquary Tower and decks that draw a lot? Because if you have 7 cards in your hand and you're not missing land drops, you should probably be able to figure out how to win the game with the cards you already have. Generally speaking. So like here, it like felt kind of bad to have to discard, but like, I'm gonna win this game anyways, right? Yeah, or play better cards, right? And like if your hand is full and you're not winning the game, you should probably play better cards. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Well, we won 2 games in a row with Jace's deck, so we got that going for us. That's nice. Ba-pee. This hand's fine, right? Probably want to bottom. Let's bottom Narset here, actually. We have Guildgate into Plaza into Growth Spiral. Hey, Peach, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Thanks for always being you. Good times or bad. I love to keep tuning in to see the great work. Well, thanks for keeping me around, Ziggs. Hope you're having a good Monday. Yep. Voracious Hydra. This is smart on the opponent's part. We're just getting aggressive here. I can't put this Gateway Plaza into play because playing Gateway Plaza requires me to tap a land. Unfortunate sequence there. Really would have preferred one of these gates before this one. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to do that, Peach. Those subs keep me employed here, so thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a great Monday wherever you are. Welcome to a live one. We need to get Nissa here. Not Nissa. Fist bump. It's a lot of enemies. Crossed! Thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome. So, I think I play Tamiyo and just start plussing for Gates Ablaze here.
Every story is an opportunity for new. I think you will find my notes helpful.
Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. We had a lot of looks, right? I could have also, like, Narset Impulse there.
Let's slow this down. Here goes nothing.
over.
So, do I just do this? Like, okay, so like if they play Nissa next turn, I'm taking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that's fine. I'm just gonna go ahead and ramp up here, I think. Just like get really far ahead on mana. Draw a bunch of cards. Yeah, I expected Hagak and nothing else as well. I am genuinely and pleasantly surprised at what they did. 6, 8. So if I keep this growth spiral, next turn I can go Teferi, Gates Ablaze, growth spiral. So I think I'm gonna ditch this Narset. What's my forte? My favorite type of mathematics is network or graph theory. Oh, you know what? What if they play another big... If they have another Voracious Hydra here, I'm in trouble? Yeah, second Voracious Hydra really punishes me here, huh? Oh, just that? That's fine. That's not a big deal.
Oh, I've done the hero thing.
Okay, that's adorable. Froston is very, very bad for your rock field. Very, very bad.
My prowess is keep an open mind.
Man, these Tamiyos with these Gates Ablaze are kind of gross in here, huh? Hey, Skoggle, thank you for the 4 months. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping track of the days till it's gone. Just doing my part. I think I just ablaze aggressively here and keep my board pretty clean.
With thoughtfulness before action.
I'm gonna grab a fog here. Oh gosh. I can bounce this guild summit? This deck seems like it's probably pretty good against these ramp decks, huh? Do I want Deafening Clarion to clean up their Nissas? I feel like Time Traveler's probably not very good here. Clarion seems potentially fine. Cleans up their mana dorks. Do I want Disdainful Stroke? Probably not against their 3-mana Teferi deck. Teferi seems good if they're bringing in counter spells. Yeah, maybe. I feel like Teferi's gonna die a lot of the time. Maybe I leave a couple in. Oh, yeah, that's true. Fog is really bad against their 3-mana Teferis. I should definitely cut my fogs. That's a good suggestion. That's what I should have done. I should have cut the fogs. The Prime, thank you for the 8 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. I don't have white mana. That was a mistake. I should have kept the Gateway Plaza and bottomed a Gruul. Although now I can Growth Spiral. Really hoping to rip untap blue source here, so that's exactly Plaza of Harmony. Yeah, I messed up pretty badly by bottoming. If this had been the Gateway Plaza, I'd have been able to Jace here. We ripped a blue source though, even if it's a turn slow, so that's nice. If you have Stoneforge Mystics and don't envision yourself playing them at any time very soon, now is the time to sell your Stoneforge Mystics. Sell into the hype. The card is probably modern playable. It's not going to break the format. Now is the time to sell. $100. If you can get like $60+, it's not going to maintain. What were they representing by shocking there? I don't know. Yeah, banning looting will do more for the format than unbanning Stoneforge Mystic, but I'm excited they did both at once. If they would have just unbanned Stoneforge Mystic, not much would have changed. But because they also banned looting, the format's actually going to look different. Which is sweet. I was genuinely going to take a break from Modern, because I really just haven't been happy with how the format's been. But these changes change that for me. Do I want to Clarion this? I think I pass back here and wait to Clarion when they have more. It's a real shame this Root Snare isn't a card with text, though. So, Goblins Tier 1 confirmed. I actually think Goblins is one of the decks that gets a huge upgrade with the changes today. So Goblins is a deck that's very reasonable against like the very fair decks in the format. The format's going to be 90% Tron. Nah, that's not how Modern works.
This might be a bad idea.
So, 5, 6, 7. Believe it or not, I can't Gates Ablaze the 16, 17. I believe we've died because that's trampled too, right? No, goblins as in fair mid-rangey goblins. So even if I block here, I'm taking 11 dead. And they have a bounce. I think unbanning things slowly over time makes the most sense. So I think unbanning just Stoneforge Mystic now, and in the future, unbanning other things that could be fine for the format, like Twin and like Pod, is good. If you change too many variables all at once, it can be hard to get good data about meaningfully what's changing and why. So I think even if they are going to eventually unban things, unbanning them one at a time and giving the format time to settle in between is ideal. I'm gonna say something to kind of prove the point that I'm not just like petty and saying everything WotC does is bad. I really like their changes they made today. I think they make a lot of sense. I maybe would have banned Ancient Stirrings as well, but I think waiting to see what happens after just Faithless Looting going is also fine. Again, not wanting to change too much all at once is a fine take to have. All the meme decks. The memes are dead, Marty. Long live the memes. Unban anti-cards. Thanks for the 2 months, random number god. I appreciate it. Welcome back. This is definitely the best Gates Ablaze deck I've played. Just like, all of our lands are gates except for Plaza. I started salivating when you said ban Ancient Stirrings. Yep, you're not alone. Yikes, where are my lands at, chat? Where are my lands at? Got ads, must be time to resub again. The last hour, your mood has gone up. Keep up the great work and making us smile. Thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. So, this is a little scary because she enables a big Hydroid Krasis next turn. I think I'm just supposed to do this in Bounce Glacial Fortress.
Right on schedule. Let's try this.
Warren Instigator's the 2-mana Goblin Lackey, right? That card's probably not very good in Modern because Modern has a lot of creatures in it. Marty has infinite sub-gifts. He is the king of the sub-gifts. I think they're about to play a giant monster that's gonna eat our face, chat. Marty Punker is my speech manager. He's gifted to me twice. God bless.
You just let me know if you're up for round 2.
Alright, so next turn I can Gates Ablaze and kill the 7/7. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be 7 gates. So I think I'm playing this What do I want a +4 here? I boarded out my fogs. I think it's Hero of Dominaria.
Seek and find.
I think it's Hero of Dominaria, because I would like an answer to this Nissa. No, Plaza of Harmony is not a gate. Plaza of Harmony is not a gate. Unfortunately. Yeah, Plaza is just a land. We're hoping to dodge another giant Hydra here. They didn't float mana there, which kind of implies their hand is bad. Otherwise, they would have cast a spell pre-combat. Negate is also not a gate. Fair. Factual statement.
Learned much from my ancestors.
Trust me. You'll thank me later.
Okie doke. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't really prepared for that to work.
Here we go.
Gonna be honest, I was not prepared for that to work. We are dead to second Nissa. I don't really have a way to play around that, though.
The land shall conquer you.
What do I do with this? With what, Drew? I don't understand. We have done it in combat with a Teferi uptick. Yeah, we totally could have done it in combat with the Teferi uptick. Yeah, that's... Yeah, I don't know. I like killing their mana creatures proactively. In case they have, like, another big Hydra. Maybe you're right, though. Let's start with this and see what happens.
Focus and hone your prowess.
Disdainful Stroke's not terrible. Yeah, so if I do this, I can pick up Gates Ablaze. And then I can plus this. And then we do
Like it?
this. The problem is they're going to get to ult this Nissa next turn. But I guess that means I don't get attacked, so I've got that going for me. Teferi does not bounce Planeswalkers. He's a pretty messed up card, but he's not quite that messed up.
The land bestows opportunity for those who are worthy.
So, like, what's my out at this point? I need this to find one of my two heroes of Dominaria, so I can tuck this and then counter the next one on the way down. And, like, I'm also at 2, so I need to manage to not die that way also.
I have just the trick for this.
Oh, none of those are Hero of Dominaria.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
So this lets me draw 2. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana total. Hydroid Krasis would also be okay. Huh? So if I tuck, I lose to second Nissa. They didn't play second Nissa last turn though, right? Yeah, I needed those a little bit sooner. Well, no, I have Disdainful Stroke. Well, no, I could Krasis for 2 and then have Stroke up, but then that leaves them a permanent 3/3 blocker is the issue. I think I just have to do this and hope for no second Nissa.
I won't hide from the world any longer. Not so fast.
I don't lose the second Nissa no matter what. I could play Krasis as a 3/3 or a 2/2 as a 2/2 and then still have Stroke up. Oh, if they have... Oh, this also loses to 2 elementals though, right? I mean, I have Narset if they Krasis, so like their Krasis doesn't really matter. Yeah! Whoop, 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 whoop. Are we doing it? I think we might be doing it. I think there is a distinct chance we might be doing it.
I've got it.
Hey, Lumberjack, thanks for the 15 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around.
Meditate and prepare.
I'm gonna grab this other Narset because I just want as many ways as possible to find my way back to a copy of Disdainful Stroke. So we blaze it, and then I can root here and still Disdainful Stroke. Oh, I could do this on their turn. Yeah, I forgot I plus Teferi. Good call. And then I wouldn't have to discard the hand size, right? Well, they have a Nissa emblem, so I can't do anything to their Nissa lands anyways. Yeah, Nissa lands are currently indestructible. We might be getting pretty close to a Jace win here. There's 19 cards in my deck. Hey, Wee McGee, thanks for the 14 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. This thins 4 cards out of my deck.
Keep an open mind.
All right, so, yep, they're done. Seems pretty good. How are we doing, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for dropping in here today. If you're a new viewer, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, sometimes even 50 hours a week. If you're someone who enjoys constructed Magic, this is definitely the channel for you. We play a ton of different decks every day, and we change decks every 60 minutes to 2 hours, so you get a lot of variety in your stream every day. As always, love to give a shout-out to my wonderful subs. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their support, so thanks to all of them for keeping me employed. Also like to plug a couple of my wonderful sponsors here really quick. The Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series, a $5,000 cash tournament series that happens every single month in the Midwestern United States. If you can't make it out to the Midwest to play in one of their standard, modern, or legacy tournaments, be sure to check out their streaming coverage as well at twitch.tv/NRG Series. BCW Supplies, the only ones I trust to protect my paper trading cards, using code Jeff10 at bcwsupplies.com. You can save 10% on sleeves, binders, deck box, and all sorts of other fantastic gaming accessories there with them. Cardsphere.com is a peer-to-peer trading network that would love to help you turn your cards into other cards directed to their players. There's no haggling, and they just take a 1% fee off the top. And, of course,
don't make your life garbage time. Join us in Hoaglandia today by subscribing to Jeff Hoagland with Twitch Prime today.
let's head on into our next match here with our 4-color Gates Planeswalker deck. We're 2-0 so far. We beat a black aggro deck that was probably just a starter deck, but we beat actual factual Bant Ramp in the second match. See how the third one goes. Yeah, sounds sweet. Yeah, probably a Ninja Turtle, or potentially it could become more interactive and play something like Collective Brutality. Well, we're going to get our ramp on. Okay. Another type of black aggressive deck. Poisoner. Poisoner seems to imply they're not playing vampires. We're looking for Gates Ablaze ASAP. Yeah, if you're a partner in good status, you get to update your emotes without a manual approval process. So, I uploaded the Stoneforge Mystic emote and it was there almost instantly. Hey, Shuffler Truther, thanks for the half a year support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Well. This gives me 4 looks, right? Blaze it. Oh, I forgot we had Root Snare in our deck. That's a little bit awkward because of these Conquistadors. So, like, we still take 3 this turn. Red Rover, let the squad come on over. Next turn, so we get 9 looks at Gates Ablaze next turn. So we get a Draw Step, a Narset Impulse, and a Tamiyo. Good lord. I'm gonna Narset rather than Tamiyo here, because if we find another Root Snare, that keeps us alive. Whereas if I play Tamiyo and plus her naming Gates Ablaze and we miss, we're just dead. Go into one, chat. We get 9 more looks next turn at one of our 4 copies of Gates Ablaze.
Meditate and prepare.
Oh, God. This could also have hit a... No, Root Snare doesn't do it at this point.
Let me aid.
The Gates Ablaze. Holy crap. So, we activated Narset 4 times. So there's 12 cards in the bottom of our deck that we know about. So, we missed a 4 of in the top 37 cards of our deck. Time to play my favorite game. How unlucky were we? Okie doke. So 64, 37. I would like 1. We were 98.2% to have a Gates Ablaze in our top 37 cards. So basically, we're practically the 1%, chat. Practically the 1%. We are the 1.8 percentages. We live within the margins. Feels we are the 2%. This is for the 1%. Thanks, Elijah. I appreciate it. We're upgrading to 7 sweepers post board. So hopefully with 7 sweepers post board, we can be marginally luckier. Who's excited to get this to rest? I know I am. Can a mod update the twin command to include the new emote? I feel like it's necessary for the twin command to include the new emote. Hey, Wolkeen, thank you for keeping that as a tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Goodbye, friends. I'm ready to cast Stoneforge Mystic on 2, and then on my turn 3, hold up Spell Queller. We get to Restoration Angel Stoneforge Mystics. There's lots of great things for Stoneforge Mystic to be doing. Does that mean Modern's back on the menu? Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Is there a new chair on my right? That's an old chair. This is my Tempo Storm branded DX Racer. Even though I'm not with their team anymore, they didn't send a repo guy to like pick all my stuff up. You get to keep the goodies. I am so ready to play Dead Guy Ale Death Eater. Very, very ready. This denies them a card draw, so they only get to draw one card off this Midnight Reaper, which is sweet. They still lose a life, that's great. What happened with Tempo Storm? They wanted me to run 6 minutes of ads per hour. We talked about that, and for a little while, they were okay with an alternative agreement, and then they decided that wasn't working out for them. But basically I picked not running 6 minutes of ads per hour. I was honestly kind of surprised that I was the only person on their Magic team that said I wasn't okay with that. I kind of expected when I said I wasn't okay with it with other people to agree, but everybody else just went along with it. So like, it's kind of ironic in a way that the guy that like bills his stream as the sellout stream was the one that didn't sell out. Yeah, Newmots with TSM. So three minutes isn't, I think 3 minutes isn't even that bad, but six minutes is unnecessary and absurd in my opinion. Yeah, it's 1/10 of the runtime. Different esports orgs have different contracts to run different amounts of ads per hour. But my subs don't see them anyways. That's correct that my subscribers wouldn't see ads anyways, but you cost yourself an opportunity cost by running extra ads like that, because people who aren't subs who could potentially turn into subs are going to turn off your content. Also, it just makes for a bad experience, right? Like, I don't want my content to be basically unwatchable for my non-subscribers. Like, I appreciate the people that watch that aren't subbed. Like, I don't want to make their viewing experience bad. Yeah, I think a lot of people aren't going to give you that chance though, Quarth. Some amount of them will, but I think there are a number who won't. No, it was mostly just sponsorship deals. So they basically just provided an ad network for me. Corral, thank you for the tier 3 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Thank you for the tier 3 at that. Dead of Bird, thanks for the prime support. Welcome, welcome. I think because I have 2 Gates Ablaze in my hand, I'm just blazing this 1 Graveyard Marshal here. Your respect for non-subs is why I subscribed. I appreciate that, Luna. I think Ferocity is going to make a notable impact on Standard. Red decks had largely fallen off, and I think we'll see them pop back up. I'm glad we won for one there. I could have just Hydroid Krasis, I guess, too, though. Modern is free! Goodbye, Faithless Looting. Thanks for the 9 months, Gabja. I subbed because of your openness of being a solid. Yeah, I'm transparent, right? At the end of the day, I think a lot of the reasons why Wizards of the Coast doesn't like me is a big part of why I'm so successful at what I do here. So I don't plan to change myself to get their approval. What is looting? Looting is the card Faithless Looting. It is a very powerful card in Magic's non-rotating format, Modern. One of Magic's non-rotating formats, Modern. 4, 8, 12, 13. So I'm going to play this with X as 11. Well, good to have you here, didn't I? It was. That's true. It got banned today. And it getting banned is an especially big deal because it was commonly accepted by people like myself and other people who have a lot of experience that card was just never going to be banned because it's kind of just always been there. And it felt like if they were going to ban it at some point, they would have banned it a long time ago. Yeah, they banned Faithless Looting today. I subbed because I won $100 of store credit using Kiki Cord. Oh, Kiki Cord. Oh, Kiki Cord. Double Plaza Harmonies here is real good. Is Kiki Cord back on the menu? Yeah, Vanifear Cord sounds like a great choice. Tumos is our first sub to hit a castle. Because I like fun and not winning. What do you think of Bant Soul Herder now with the new meta? I think if that deck's got an okay Tron matchup, it's probably great. The Soul Herder deck is going to be very good against every deck that can play Stoneforge Mystic. The Bant Soul Herder deck is like Tron levels of skewed matchups towards fair decks. It's absurd against them. Otto the Bobcat, thanks for the 10 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. One thing that's going to be a little bit weird is, do we play Stony Silence in our Stoneforge Mystic decks? Yeah, like, the decks you want Stony against, you're probably okay not bouncing your Batterskull, right? Yeah, where's this too good to not play Stony? When I first found your stream, I enjoyed your content, but your chat annoyed me. When you made chat sub only, I left since I couldn't speak. I caught a bit of your streams a while later, and the chat changes made the stream better, so I watched more frequently. And then I subbed because I wanted to support your content. No ads is just a bonus. Thanks for the feedback, Donna Committee. I agree. Both my mood and mental state was greatly improved by removing chat, or by putting chat into sub-only mode. I think my opponent's disconnected. Thanks for the 17 months, Hangman. I appreciate it. Awkward. All right, let's play one more. We were probably winning this game. I think we probably would have won the first game too if we'd have found a Gates Ablaze in our top 30 cards. Ooh, that's true. JAC is probably playable. Maybe? I don't know. Blue-white control is scary. Blue-white control is like a really bad matchup for JAC. Yeah, Hydroid Krasis gaining 11 the following turn was going to be pretty decent. They unbanned Ferastodon. I quit playing Classic WoW. Oh, that's funny. Okay, that made my afternoon. Yeah, that Ferastodon basically means the Golos deck has to be interactive or it's going to die. He can't just race and be greedy. Yeah, Ferastodon punishes people who aren't being interactive heavily. It's very good against these ramp decks. It's honestly a really strange feeling because Wizards is like 2 announcements in a row now where I'm like reading the announcement and I'm like, yeah, this is good. This makes a lot of sense. As opposed to just like being very angry. It's a brave new world, chat. It's a brave new world. That's true. They didn't ban 3 mana Teferi. Sans the window for ban updates. Arena's pretty great too. Don't close your eyes. I really hope they ban Nexus of Fate in Historic in the fall. Really hope that when they publish the format, that card's not legal. So, the more I dwell on the Historic announcement, the more I think what they actually did with Historic to start is a good business decision, even if I personally don't like it. So, if they're smart, Historic is going to slowly get those new sets back, and they're going to release them halfway into each release cycle on Arena. Because about like 6 to 7 weeks is when people start to get kind of sick of Standard. So injecting new sets into Historic when people are like at a low point for Standard makes a lot of sense. So even if I personally would have preferred they give us all the sets right away, I think from a business perspective, it makes a lot of sense for them to slowly do it to mitigate hype. So hopefully that's their plan. Hopefully their plan is they have these sets and they want to put them into Historic, but they're going to slowly backfill it to fill low hype points. Hollow Guard, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. So again, I personally would prefer they gave us all the sets at once, but I can understand the back-end thinking of waiting on it to do that. Zach Attack, thanks for the 8 months. I appreciate that. Welcome. Are we currently in a low hype point? Yeah, this is the lowest hype point for Standard possible. You think Blast Zone's a mistake? No, I think Blast Zone's great. I think it's slow enough that it's fine. I think there needs to be another way to get Historic cards in Arena Because the average player base probably doesn't have gold or wild cards that streamers may. No, I don't actually. So, from a business perspective, Wizards of the Coast wants Historic to feel difficult to get into for brand new players because Wizards would prefer new people are getting into Standard. Historic should never be the jumping in point for new players. Historic should be that payoff or extra thing that incredibly enfranchised players enjoy and do with their extra cards. How much for me to create a deck? Depends on the format.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
I'll tell you what. I'll tweet about this later. Build arounds for modern decks with Stoneforge Mystic in them will be the same price as standard build arounds for the next, let's say week at least. So if you want to submit a Stoneforge deck idea and don't want to do the legwork, I'll put together the legwork for 25 bucks, just like in standard. Do you feel the same way about modern, not for new players, but for franchise player benefit? Yeah, that's true of modern as well. Stoneforge-a-palooza. I'm definite. So Wednesday for standard fans, Wednesday I'm doing all Stoneforge decks. So we're not going to do any standard on Wednesday now. Labor Day sale, does it come with a mattress? Thanks, HoloGuard. Yeah, I think this current standard format is a refreshing change from more standard. I need to talk to my boss as well, but I might see if we can do a 10-hour Stoneforge Mystic, a 10-hour Stoneforge Mystic stream on Wednesday. If my boss is okay with it, that'll probably happen. Ugh. 10-hour Scoops to Trot stream. There's a sad realist. Do I have any interest in WoW Classic? I do not. Here are Stoneforge Mystic build-arounds. Thank you, Captain Command. I appreciate it. For people are wondering who's my boss is, those people clearly aren't married. Oh, I guess I should have done this at their end of turn, right?
To the library.
Hey, thanks, Niv. Thanks for the support. Sorry. Yeah, I never played WoW growing up. For Jeskai Stoneforge Mystic, please. 10 out of 10. We didn't have a lot of spending money growing up, so we had, okay computers, but we mostly played Guild Wars in my friend group because that one didn't have a monthly fee. For Cawblade. Sounds good, Nivik. Will do. Yeah, that's fine, Enya. I'm happy to play Twiddlestorm again, too. Obviously, Twiddlestorm won't happen on Wednesday, but at a future day, that would be fine with that. We just have 2 players in a row timeout. That's such a tilt. Let's do one more. I'm kind of enjoying this deck. Wish we could we have players who don't just disappear. That would be great. Here's a question. How many Faithless Looting decks are waiting to be played in my deck queue? I think the two after Twiddlestorm are Faithless Looting decks. Oh wow, this Grixis deck just wasn't playing Faithless Looting. Look at that. Black Red Skelementals is playing Faithless Looting though. Can we get a Stoneforge Mystic Etch Champion as a poor man's shooter? Stoneforge Mystic with cranial plating sounds great, huh? We're definitely gonna Stoneforge Mystic for cranial platings at some point on Wednesday. I'm gonna write that one down. Definitely want to make sure that one happens. Ooh, this matchup's probably pretty bad. I guess we have Fog. Yeah, it's probably bad. Mr. Missouri, thanks for the raid. I hope you had an excellent stream this morning. All right, I think... Do I want to just blaze it here, or do I want to Teferi? I think I'm going to Teferi. I'm pretty sure they have a way to pump up one of these in their hand. 17 months is a long time. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. So they want to target one of these. No, they don't have to because the Teferi said anyways.
I suppose that's how it was meant to happen.
Alright, so by waiting a turn, this now does 3. So they need to target twice or have a God's Willing. Does Feather play Ferocity? Yeah, probably. Probably not main, but probably in the 75. Wow, do they have 2? That's so brutal. Yeah, it's a 2-for-1, but my health total's not very happy with it. Land. Doke. Rampaging Ferocity won't be legal on Arena until next week. Am I dead? That's lethal, right? Yeah, it's +4. Yikes. It was a pretty unfortunate one. I don't think... I'm gonna just find a new match. This matchup's probably pretty impossible for us. We don't have... Having damage-based removal is real bad here. Alright. We got one more match this league. See if we finish 5-1 or 4-2. Let's get a match where we play all 3 games. Well, Arena is still going to be maintaining their own launcher. Thanks, Raiden. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, ladder resets on the 1st. Snipree, thank you for the 17 months of Prime. I appreciate that. Welcome. This hand really needs a third land, but it's like pretty okay if it gets one. Nope, that also doesn't line up. Is it actually just 2 feather decks in a row? That's really funny. The Humble Potato, thanks for the 4 months of Prime. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Just to make sure my position on terrible human beings in the Magic community is welcome. If you're someone who wants to support and watch Todd Stevens in spite of him being an awful human, that's your prerogative, but don't mention him or his content in my channel. And for those of you that are maybe newer to Magic and are unfamiliar with why I'm saying that, I'd encourage you to Google him. I wish we had hit a little bit more variety in that set of games, because, like, we played against Feather twice, and we played against Bant Ramp twice. We actually played against 3 kind of similar decks 2 different times each. And, the ramp matchup seemed pretty good. Like, our sweepers to clean up after their Nissas felt very reasonable, and our kind of end game plan was a little bit stronger than theirs with Jason, like, drawing a bunch of different cards. The Feather matchup is probably unfixable for a deck like this without having an efficient clock to race them or real removal in the form of things like, you know, like Noxious Grasp or Trophy or stuff like that. This damage-based removal is very susceptible because their creatures get large and we have a hard time keeping up. And they also have, like, more protection spells than we do ways to interact with them. So a lot of the time, we're not going to be able to take their threats off the board. All I'm going to say about the Amaz situation is there's a very real chance that only hearing his side of the story does not tell the whole story of what's going on or what occurred. So I'd encourage anyone to take what he said with a grain of salt, because that's usually the case in these situations. If I'm not saying one way or another what was right or wrong, or if it was good or bad what happened to him, but I'm just saying in situations like this, the judges in question generally don't make a statement because what they saw happen and what happened gets passed along to another set of judges for further review, and they don't make public statements about that while that process is happening. So you will likely only hear his side of the story for the foreseeable future.